First question is, what was the lowest moment of your life? The lowest moment of my life would have to be when I was homeless as a teen and having to eat out of garbage cans and sleep in alleyways, trying to figure out how to survive before I got into hustling. I would eat in grocery stores and run out. It was a very difficult time because I didn't know how to fend for myself. So that would be the lowest. What addiction almost destroyed you? By far, meth. Meth was that monster that was on my back. Once I got introduced to it, I just took to it like a fish to water, and I never wanted to come off of it. I fell deep into it, everyday use for years at a time. I would stay up for 2 weeks, no sleep, no food, and then crash out for 3 days and then get up and do it all over again. So it destroyed all my relationships with people that I loved. I couldn't be trusted. I was a thief. I was a manipulator. It just turned me into someone that I never thought I could be. What made you finally change your life? Well, you get tired of hurting people. You get tired of having to look yourself in the mirror and see something that you don't like, whether it's my sucked in face or people that I'm hurting physically, even the people closest to me, hurting them emotionally. I just got tired of hurting people. And I was like, I'd rather just end my life. If I gotta be just existing to hurt people, I don't want to do that anymore. What does breaking chains mean to you personally? It means everything. It's, the name of my book, the name of my channel, and it's the mantra to my life. Breaking chains, what it means to me is breaking cycles of violence, addiction, poverty, everything. It's making those change even when you don't know how to. So you don't even know how, you're just doing a 180 and going in the opposite direction. So breaking chains to me is not just a brand, it's a movement, not just for myself, but for all people who grow up in traumatic situations. What role did faith play in your transformation? The hugest role. I couldn't have done this by myself. Trust me, I've tried to quit and try to stop, and I would have some success, right? Stop using for a while, but then I'd fall back into it. But once I truly submitted to Jesus and I gave my life over to him and just completely surrendered, he's gave me that sustainability in my sobriety. And, that's the cornerstone of my success now, is mostly being sober. I wouldn't even be running this channel. I'd be off tweaking somewhere if I didn't have my faith and have my sobriety. What's something people misunderstand about you? I think most people, because I'm quiet, if you knew me in real life, I'm very introspective. I'm a thinker, deep thinker. Most people take me as conceited or think I'm too good. A lot of times on this channel, talking about motivation and quit being weak. But the truth of the matter is I'm speaking to myself. I'm a very humble person. I've been through so much trauma in my life that I don't hold myself in high regard other than what God's purpose is for me and the willingness to want to help others. So a lot of people misunderstand that. They don't know that I'm just a very humble dude. What was prison like mentally and emotionally? Draining. In a place where you can't really smile, you can't be kind-hearted and loving. It's taxing emotionally. You got to be aggressive. It's, a place where either you're going to be the prey or they're going to be the predator, and there is no other way about it. So you have to be physically disciplined. You have to be mentally disciplined. You have to be ready to put in work at any moment. You have to be harsh and brash, and there's not a lot of love in there. So it's very taxing emotionally, What habits changed your life the fastest? Sobriety. That's number one. I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't sober. You know, if I was high somewhere, I'd be breaking in your home or, who knows what, doing crime. So yeah, sobriety's one of the main components besides my faith that keeps me grounded, and it keeps me motivated. When I'll be able to write my book without being sober. I want to be a good father, good husband without being sober. So sobriety is that one thing. What's your relationship with your mother like now? Well, like I mentioned previously, there is no relationship. I want a relationship. I'm still keeping hope of that. If it happens, it's going to be God's will and he will get the glory. But as of right now, I have no relationship with my mom. And like I said, I wish her all the best. I love you, Mom, and I pray for you all the time. What kept you going when you were homeless or struggling? That's a good one, man. I've thought about this a lot, and between me and you, I always thought there was something in me, something deep inside of me that was of value. Even when I was in the most dire situation, I knew I'm better than this. There's something else. This is not it. This is not going to just be my life and that's it. Like, there's going to be a turning point. And the hope of that kept me going through all that stuff. Why do you think so many people feel lost today? Lack of purpose. When you're just living by the seat of your pants and the next party, the next drug, the next smoke, the next exciting concert, the next something, it's a endless hole that can't be fulfilled. But when you're purpose driven, like, you can't wait to get up and do the things that drive your heart. So lack of purpose is what makes people feel lost. What does masculinity mean to you? Masculinity to me means being strong, being a provider, but being gentle and being loving and being kind and helping others, uplifting people. That's what masculinity means to me. What scares you the most now? The only thing I fear is being out of step of God's will for my life. I don't want to get caught up in that. I want to do this and I want to do that I miss a step of his purpose for my life. I don't want to get into a situation where I'm going in a direction when he has a better idea and a path for me. So, how do you stay mentally strong during hard times? Prayer. A lot of prayer. Trusting God, that no matter what situation I'm going through, I'm trusting in him, and in the process, when things don't seem like they're going my way, I trust that he's allowing it for some reason that I can learn from and I can grow from. What's one thing you had to forgive yourself for? Hurting people physically, mentally, emotionally, especially people closest to me. I carry those pains really strong, but I'm learning to forgive myself and know that that wasn't the true best version of me. And, I can forgive myself because God forgives me. Why do you think people stay stuck in toxic cycles? Just don't know no better. I remember when I started on my positive journey, I didn't know how to. I didn't know how to be a good father. I didn't have a father. So what did I do? I did opposite of what my father did. My father wasn't around, so now I make sure that I'm present. If I didn't get enough love when I was a child, now I just give an extra dose of love to my children. So, a lot of times we just do what we know. When you get abused, you become the abuser. When you grow up around drugs, you become the drug user. So we just repeat the cycles of what we know because we know no other way. But there is another way. You just got to go in uncharted territory. You got to do a 180 and go in the opposite direction. What does success mean to you now compared to before? Well, success before, it's all about money, right? That's what the world tells us what success, become a six-figure earner, have the car, have the house, have the toys. That's what success meant to me then. Now what success means to me is breaking generational cycles, right? You know, being a father to my children, that's success. Being a faithful husband, that's success. Being a community leader and giving back to my community, that's success. So success to me is changing the things that happened to you that weren't good, and then turning your pain into purpose and helping others. What kind of father, husband, man are you trying to become? Well, I am that person now. I can righteously say that. You know, I'm the supportive husband. Not only do I earn, but I help my wife in the home, in the upkeep of it. I'm a present father. I attend all my kids' things as much as I can. And I'm a type of man that uplifts other men and encourages other people. So, what's something you still struggle with today? Patience. Man, sometimes I just want to get this Chainbreakers movement on the road, man. I want to get in front of people and encourage people and love on people so they can know me and I can know them, and we can grow together this whole movement, man, and inspire others, people to change break the chains that in their life, in their generation, and give their kids a better life, you know. So, but I got to be patient with it. You know, I got to do it in God's timing. I want to hurry up the book to come out, all these things, but being patient, I still struggle with patience. What's the biggest lesson pain has taught me? Resilience. Pain has taught me resilience. Pain became my best friend, but now I use it more for purpose. Like my pain became my purpose now. So my pain is your gain, you know, all the things that I've been through, childhood trauma, homelessness, prison, all that thing gets turned into purpose to reach more people who've been through the same thing. And that's what pain means to me. Why do you think discipline is disappearing in society? It's too easy to give up. We live in a disposable generation, right? Everybody just wants to give up and start new, whether it be relationships, routines, being disciplined and being consistent. Those are cornerstones of being a successful person. What made you start Chainbreakers.x? Well, first, a pathway to promote my book, but not only that, to create a movement that everybody's going to be a part of. You know, there's other chain breakers out there. I know you breaking chains, and I want you to, you know, salute yourself for that. You know, if you're a present father when you didn't grow up without a father, guess what, man? Kudos to you. I salute you. And that's what this movement's about, you know, uplifting each one, reach one, each one, teach one. We can grow together and stop these cycles of violence, poverty, addiction. What do you want people to feel after watching your content? I want you to walk away uplifted and encouraged and get that fire in you where you're just ready to break those cycles yourself, put the drugs down, put the partying down, and just make those changes that are going to impact your generations from years to come. If someone watching feels hopeless right now, what would you tell them? Don't give up. Just don't give up. I mean, there was times in my life that I even wanted to end my own situation. And if I would have, I wouldn't be here now. And my life is beautiful now. So don't give up. It gets greater later. All right. Well, that's the first episode. I'm going to be doing these every so often just so you guys can know who I am and what my testimony is behind this whole Chain Breakers thing. I love you guys. Peace.